At Sustainable Northwest, we forged natural resource solutions that work for nature, people, and local economies. We were instrumental in sourcing all of the wood for the Portland International Airport's new main terminal from within 300 miles of the city. But we didn't stop there. The designers, ZGF Architects, and their client, the Port of Portland, asked the question, can we build in a way that is better for our communities, local economies, and the environment?
The Port of Portland had really high ambitions around what the sourcing of the wood could be. And what we heard time and time again was it's not possible. You can't find that much wood that's FSC certified, it doesn't exist, like no, until we finally heard a yes.
With the support of Sustainable Northwest, now this idea is growing of being able to source lumber from forests that wouldn't traditionally be providing for these large-scale projects.
The roof and the ceiling alone used 3.5 million board feet of lumber, all from within 300 miles of the airport, and nearly all of it from verified and sustainably managed forests. The roof is made with mass timber plywood panels and glulam beams, both engineered wood products that are strong and resilient.
It's not just enough to ask if we're building with wood, but to ask which wood. And I think that what the airport began to do is ask that second level of the question.
All the lattice in the ceiling came from 11 different landowners in Oregon and Washington.
As an architect, we generally never talk to anyone other than contractors about wood sourcing. And with Sustainable Northwest going out and meeting some of those landowners, they were able to identify which mills would be willing to kind of go down this road with us. And we could have never done that without that kind of vision and experience of the supply chain. And I imagine just the relationships that they've built over generations.
Wood at a global scale is sold as a commodity, and what this project is trying to do is a direct refute of that. And so for people to walk through and look up and see that lattice and then say, oh, this had good impacts in terms of habitat, it improved ecological complexity, it helps store carbon, that I think is really impactful.
Good stewardship of a forest requires that you remove trees and you are constantly logging and thinning and taking care of that forest. And our sawmill operation is in service to provide a home and a place to go with these logs that come out from our restoration efforts.
What we want to remind people is that the forest needs us as stewards as much as we need it. And when you talk about what's important to tribes, it's about the land, it's about water, it's about resources, and it's about our people being together still here and practicing our traditions.
We rely on the forest for building materials, we rely on the forest for food, we rely on the forest for warmth, and then in return we take care of it like it takes care of us.
What I was always taught growing up is that our resources sustain us, so it's our responsibility as tribal people to maintain them.
Airport project encompasses buy local. It helps support local businesses, mills, family forests.
I think in general we're seeing a renaissance in the use of wood, understanding how we can use this renewable resource in more effective ways and create jobs.
How do we develop a culture and a way of acting that treats the land with the respect and gratitude that it really deserves? What can I do to try to create a more positive future?
Not only is it a beautiful building, it's a beautiful landscape that the passengers enjoy once they step out of that building. It will allow them to find communities that are thriving and allow them to walk through forests that are healthy. We now know that this is not only valuable and worth doing, but that it can be done at scale. Projects across the country should be considering how their money can be spent in ways for these same values to be achieved.
With this project, Sustainable Northwest and partners have provided a new path forward, a path that is better for both people and planet.